Heyo everybody and welcome back to DRG. Today, we have a special one today. Previously, in Season 6, they have added a mutator called Pitjaw warning. It's essentially the opposite of Cave Leech Cluster. It just makes Pitjaw spawn. If you don't know what a Pitjaw is, it's a thing that looks like a tremor, an old movie, and it proceeds to grab you if you get too close. It is exactly the opposite of a cave leech, and somebody decided, hey, you know what would be a good idea? What if you could do a mission with both of them? So, that is exactly what we are doing. There is Pitjaw Colony and there's Cave Leech Cluster on a heavy extraction mission in salt pits. That is what we're doing today. I was just going to show you my build in that screen, and, you know, I kind of forgot to actually go through the build. And we are also playing with mission, or massive content revise, as you can see up there. And, you know, this board there. Alright. So we have finally reached down in the mission, and how did I get this? I absolutely used the cheat terminal in Sandbox Utilities to get it, and I also need to turn off spawn on ping. That's how I got the mission at the moment. It is a heavy extraction mission, which means the initial room is going to be completely safe. I think we have a mule as well from mission content, or massive content revise. A special mule. I don't know where that special mule is. I just heard it, like, scream. Who knows where it was. But anyway, how the heavy... Well, we see it now. How heavy extraction works is it spawns you in a safe room, just like mining mission, just like all of that. Can you kill that thing? Because I don't... Actually, I have... For once in my DRG life, I actually have coil for the reasons that I haven't played with coil at all, and I need to get its weapon mastery up. Oh, they actually added a little icon whenever you have the fall damage thing, and it seems to last as soon as you hit or until you hit the ground. That's very nice. Does it matter? No. That is a wave that just spawned. I have been in the room for... Hey, this isn't... I can't pause the mission. That's kind of terrifying for my own sanity, and by own sanity, I mean it shouldn't matter all too much. We have Steve. Dude, ever since they added, what, the G, I think is what it is. It's the last loadout slot. Ever since they added G, I have been questioning what the hell is even happening with all of my builds. Why do I have Steve? We'll never know, because I certainly don't know. Alright, we have finally made it out of the first room, and now we have the problem of, I don't know how I'm going to take care of Pitjaws. Whenever I have Leadstorm, I don't know if I do enough damage to kill them straight up. And I also don't know whether the Pitjaws rarity increase has changed anything, or, like, if I should revert the changes, like, get a mod to revert the changes to the Pitjaw, and then can I fucking help you? Okay. Revert the changes to the Pitjaw, and then do it again. Because it could be a possibility where we don't see a Pitjaw or a Cave Leech. Oh, on this mission that fucking scared the shit out of me. It's on the other side of a hill, dude. I do not do enough damage. There's a fucking bone collector, dude. Oh, word. Okay, so I need to be very careful. There is Pitjaws on this mission. There's a bone collector as well. Which, no, this is like my third bone collector in the season. I've been playing this season for, I don't know, a little bit now. I played a little bit on release. And then, like, I played a week. Or, excuse me, a full stream on release. Got maybe one actual bone collector in there, or two bone collectors. I didn't get a whole lot of them. We have a swarm already. That's not good. I'm just going to fire in that direction and hope the stalker walks into that. And by hopes the stalker walks into that, I mean the stalker absolutely got blasted. I am in a hallway, and I don't like being in a hallway. Stalker, please, come here. Is the Stalker a... I think that's a fairly good shield to throw. This is not gonna go very well since I am in a hallway and everything is coming from both ends. Unfortunately, I have Leadstorm, which means I just output an insane amount of damage, and I also have Hellfire, which is... Hellfire is... okay. One of the better coil overclocks, just because of how much it actually does. Yeah, it has a problem with the... I didn't realize that there was a... You know, this is when we throw another... It has a problem of not having as much duration for the trail, but it makes the trail just actually do something. Because I don't think the trail actually does anything ever, but that's just me. I'm also running it with stun instead of fear, which is the worst option. And by worst option, it doesn't really matter. I mean, it does. It's either 100% stun or fear chance, or it's a 50% stun chance. There is not really a reason to be taking stun other than you don't want to take the fear. So the problem with the Pitjaw colony is you really just have to fight in the same area that you know is clear. And then if you suddenly discover that there is a Pitjaw and you don't kill it immediately, now everywhere that was clear is now no longer clear. Okay, well, there's the resinite mass. And I need to be very careful around this. I didn't bring heightened senses, and I also didn't bring the light on Bosco, very specifically because I didn't want this just to be a send Bosco in. I took the worst build for this shit as well. There's a cave leech, he's shooting at it right there. I specifically took this build because I thought it would be bad. And it might be bad. Okay, so that's how we kill the Pitjaws. We have to shoot them with coil, and then we have to follow up with Leadstorm. So, how the resinite mass works is when you are digging it, it will spawn bugs, as you can see. It will spawn some waves of bugs as the completion reaches 100%. I think it spawns like 2 or 3 waves of bugs. I'm actually not too sure how many waves of bugs it spawns. It's a very little amount of bugs considering we are on more bugs too, and that was not even 20 bugs. That was like 10-ish bugs. I think it was like 5, more or less. But anyway, it doesn't spawn that many bugs. The real wave starts spawning whenever you send the resinite mass home. That's when you get a big wave. And then, once you do hit the button to send the resinite mass back, there is, when you have 4 resinites, it's a 50% chance to spawn a swarm, and then if you do spawn a swarm, it's a 1/3 chance to spawn another swarm, and then once you get 2 swarms on the mission, the further resinite masses won't have any swarms. You guaranteed get 2 swarms during this mission. I said that in the most complicated way possible, but basically, you're guaranteed to get two swarms no matter what. So, and then on the 3 resinite, I think you're guaranteed to get 1 swarm. Of course, everything is timed. So, like a mining mission, so you just go fast, I guess? Go really fast. And you should be fine. Alright, Bosco, can you deal with the oppressor so I don't have to? And by deal with the oppressor, I mean he just literally melted. What? It's Hazard 5? Things just don't have HP? Is this what playing with Leadstorm feels like? Like, actually, just everything melts in front of me? Playing a good build for once in my life is actually fun. And by actually fun, I mean, holy shit, this is a new world I've come across. I've been playing with... I don't play with the most meta things, mostly because I don't care about it. And also because it's more fun to me. But it is It is certainly a breath of fresh air, not having to pay all too much attention to what the hell I'm doing and being like, oh, I need to, like, move this way and avoid all the bugs. I think one of these days I need to do just a full day of streaming, though I can't take any perks, but I can take normal things, just to see how life without perks is. I think the biggest one that I will notice that I don't have is Field Medic, because, A, that's the only perk that I actually run on every single build when playing co-op, and whenever I don't run it, for these specific videos, whenever I'm playing solo recording, these builds I take into co-op, and I'm like, why am I reviving this person so slowly? God. Vampire and Field Medic are the two perks that I will always run. And now, like, I've been running Heightened Senses more and more because of Pitjaws existing and Ossuary Depths existing. It has just been a... Heightened Senses, goated. Absolutely goated now. Of course, we're not running it. We're running Dash, and I've used Dash once. I actually have no idea how much I use Dash. Alright, we have gone into the Ossium Cave. Now, the fun part of the Ossium Cave here is that there are scarabs in here. I don't think there's any Pitjaws, but I could be wrong. And the scarabs... That's a scarab nest right there, you can see it. I don't know if shooting them matters. I have no idea about that. Alright, so let's just get Bosco to dig them out, because I don't want to... Oh my god. What is this, dude? What, do you not want to get this? The last fucking gems that I've had... Oh my god. It really didn't like that. The last gems that I've had... It was all... You guys are still not dead, huh? Get out of here. You... God. The last gems that I had, or bone collector caves that I've had, have all been 2 gems. This one is 5? Like, an absolute insane amount? Dude, I wish it was on or first day release or whatever before they nerfed the experience and the... performance pass stuff. I would be skyrocketing into the stratosphere right now. It would be wonderful. Which I am kind of sad that people do get missed out on, but I understand why it's getting changed now rather than in experimental. Because in experimental, you have access to the cheat menu. Note, I have access to the cheat menu too, but I'm not touching it for reasons. By reasons being, I value my legitimate character level. But anyway, on the first patch of the game was nerfing Osmium, because nobody really cared about the experience, the credits, or anything from Osmium in experimental, and nobody really talked about it. And then whenever it finally released, it was like, oh shit, this is way too much experience. People are leveling up way too fast. And I think I'm like level 20 in the performance pass or whatever the hell it's called, which is still, I think I'm actually level 15 or something, 16. I haven't played that much. No, it's only been out for a week, so playing 16 hours in a week is kind of insane. Which that is where the devs are trying to balance this around. I need to get the hell away from that. Please just kill him. He stopped moving, and I just kept shooting where he was going to be. I was playing, what is that game called? The one where the aliens come down, and you're trying to shoot the aliens, and then, you know, they get faster as... I thought he was there. I thought I saw something. I'm losing my freaking mind. Galaga? I think it's what it's called. No idea if it's actually called Galaga or something like that. But this is also the first time I'm playing with Leadstorm without Rotary Overdrive or Bullet Hell, and I have to admit it's an actual breath. My power attack actually went through. You see that shit? It went through. I got scammed, dude. I got scammed. Oh, Lord. I guess we're just gonna literally walk through this area while looking up afterwards. This is a uncleared room. with a bunch of cave leeches probably in the roof. Yeah, hello. I will absolutely walk through this entire room looking up with Hellfire in my graphs, dude. I am 100% happy doing that. I kind of wish MCR, or excuse me, Mission Massive Content Revise Bosco, the light was ported over to base game, because see this Bosco? He doesn't have a flashlight on him, and he doesn't glow. Like, he doesn't have an AoE glow. That's something that I have realized that I miss from MCR whenever I played with that Bosco for a little bit. That was a fantastic time. I need to throw a shield down, or I can just grab this guy. Never mind, he's dead. Oh, I can just grab this guy, look at that. And this is whenever I would actually dash away. Unfortunately, I'm not going to dash away because A, just die, please. I'm gonna die. I wonder, if you play a bunch of modded hazards, so, like, you play Hazard 5 times 2, or Hazard 6 times 2, if you stop using perks like Dash, what happens? Most likely, you just die. And I have to say, what a massive skill issue. Just don't die, forehead. Anyway, this room, it was entirely clear. Like, there was 2 leeches, no, there was 3 leeches. 1 grab name, 1 Bosco killed. And then there's 1 Pitjaw so far, which is that Pitjaw somewhere down there. Yeah, right there. So, yeah, I can really feel the rarity increase already, because if this was old Pitjaw warning, this floor would be covered with pockmarks of just, you know, 30 Pitjaws in this room. Alright, let's go down here to go see if there's any more Pitjaws. Because there's 1. Missed. Okay, there's actually a second Pitjaw, you can see that. We shot the second one by accident. That means the previous thing that I've just been standing on over there, the ground that I've been standing on, is no longer safe. Now, one of those Pitjaws is actually just at 1, but the other one is, like, maybe a third down from me shooting it with Hellfire. I also recently found out that to get another G5 hero, or whatever the heck my old mouse is called, or, you know, the relationship's old mouse that I proceed to grab and, you know, kill, is $35 for a wired mouse version, which I've only actually played with wired mouse. I understand that some people don't like wired mouse because they catch on things, and, you know, it's not as good as a Bluetooth mouse because you can walk away from the computer and still use it. The wireless version is $95, and that is because Logitech uses their own special brand of sauce of, thank you, whatever the heck your name is, Steve. Because Logitech uses their own special sauce of their faster than light, which is actually faster than a wired connection, or at least that's what they say. I am not too sure on how that works or anything like that, but it sounds fairly interesting, and I think I will eventually get a, you know, the Logitech faster or light speed or whatever, because that just sounds interesting. Do I care about the latency? No, I don't play CS, and I don't play, you know, competitive shooters or anything like that. I literally just play, you know, DRG for the most part, so it doesn't matter at all. Twitch gaming does not matter. It's not good. That is a Mactera grabber. I've heard people say that the Mactera grabber sound is literally a stock sound that you can hear in, like, GT... I don't think he died honorably. I think he literally got RNG'd to death. I think he was just standing in the wrong place at the wrong time, and that's just what ended him, dude. Yeah, I'll just almost overheat. I don't give a shit. Like, apparently there's a specific heist in GTA 5 that you can hear the Mactera grabber sound happening as the alarms are happening in the heist, and I don't know how real is that, because I don't I don't play GTA. I don't care about GTA. Okay, I say that I don't care about GTA and I don't play GTA. I actually did play GTA 5 and 4, and The Ballad of Gay Tony, and Lost in the Damned are all the GTAs that I played. And I went back and played, I believe, 1 because it was a browser game for a time, and that was, you know, it was fucking around, not really understanding what I'm doing, because A, it's an old-ass game, and it's not like the game told you where the hell to go. It also might have been not actually GTA 1, and literally just the free roam part of GTA 1. But I will still count that. You know, I really need to learn how to go faster in these missions, because I've just been chilling out, taking my time, walking around, exploring the entire cave, you know, getting all those Ener Pearls and Bismores. Mostly because, it's how I have fun. But it really does matter for, I'm 24 minutes into this mission, and I have done only one of the resinite masses, and that is not a very good thing. Now, we have just cleared out this entire place, so this is hell. Why was there a purple glow? I don't have... That's... You know what? Good use is dash. Also, I'm out of ammo. Wow, that's not good. Okay. You know what? That's fine. We can call down a resupply here. I am desperately trying to wait. Toss one of those. Toss another one, actually. Oh, just kill yourself, actually. That's a very good thing to do. Just absolutely wreck the hell out of yourself with lead bursters. Which is the main reason why I don't use lead bursters all too often. I literally just have them around in case of bulk. Because they are Gunner's best option for a bulk. Minimum skill involved. There is bugs coming this way, apparently. Minimum skill involved in using them when versus bulks. All that you need to do is throw it relatively next to it, and that will do. I am running into an area that I have no business being into because there might be pitjaws. I think they can't spawn in hallways No, they definitely can. I just saw one in a hallway, didn't I? I don't know if they can spawn in hallways. Who knows? Oh, well, you know what? That answers my question. That literally didn't even get done with the sentence, and I just see one. That was a big motherfucker as well. I wonder what their HP is how their HP scales into hazard, like the tough enemies hazard, and also the having more players. Because they seem pretty squishy right now. Not as squishy as I remember. Or, excuse me, not as tanky as I remember. Now, you may be wondering, why am I playing in... If I had the option to play in any area, because A, I was using cheat menu to create the mission, why would you choose to go into Salt Pits instead of, you know, Ossuary Depths? Because Ossuary Depths is where, you know... Well, we have the Swarm one. That's... Because Ossuary Depths is the new biome, and, you know, it should be a fun mission to go into Ossuary Depths. Very simple answer. Ossuary Depths is freaking annoying. I don't want to play that place. I don't want to play Swarmageddon, thank you very much. Why is my mule all the way over there? Hello? Is that... Oh, God, we have a... Is this the new and improved Crystal Praetorian? Which mule am I using? What mule is that one? Okay, that's the special mule. Alright, let's see. It can be stunned. It is damaging me through my shields, but that's, you know, a normal property of this guy. And he looks like he can get on fire as well. Dude. Okay, you know what? That's really fucking annoying that he's not feared to the thing, but you know what? That makes sense. He just walked in and shot me with his fucking fire. That's kind of rude. But he already feels better. Bosco being able to shock him makes him less of a threat. I still have to pay attention to it because he still is fucking fast. But he is... Yeah, he is absolutely a menace when Bosco is not shooting at him. I'm actually out of ammo. That's probably... You know what? Maybe I should... That should kill him, right? Well, he is at 11 HP. Yeah, he's dead now. Yeah, that was not that bad. Then again, I think the Salvatorian is one of the... Are you okay? I'll fix you. Alright, buddy? I will do that for you. I don't have any ammo left. I was trying to shoot a Hellfire shot before I walked through that. He's not as bad as the others. I think he was possibly my favorite one before the change. And now I'll need to actually check to see the Azure Wield one, because that is the worst one in my opinion. Well, we will see about it, though. Okay, what the hell was that, dude? I'm literally... I love how the Pitjaws still have inconsistencies with their grab range. It's just, you know, don't be next to them and all of your problems is sorted. But seriously, what was that grab range, dude? I walked over here and he wasn't aggroed at all. But I'm standing here, and he grabs me? Like, what the fuck, dude? I don't understand how they work. I really don't. And I don't think anybody will ever understand how they work. I know it got better. I think it got better. Because there was some change with the Pitjaw grabbing data. There's a fucking leech, and I don't have a power attack. Actually, I have a power attack. I just didn't power attack for whatever reason. Yeah, I figured that he was up there. That's literally why I was walking up the hill, was to kill the Brundle. Because if you, or excuse me, the Pitjaw. Because if you understand how they, like, work, and by their spawn mechanics where they have to have a flat plane to spawn it on, you can relatively easily determine where the hell they're gonna be. Because that's what I was doing. It's like, okay, there's no flat areas around here because I've already checked all the flat areas. I will walk up this hill and see if he's up here. He turns out he got hit by the freaking Praetorian Acid Spit, dude. You know, because we have a swarm, this is a bad idea to fix this up and then hit the button, because we could double up on swarms. I don't care. Resinite has been the most common mission to double up on swarms on, because it's just so common to get a swarm after this, because instead of a, you know, 1 in 6 chance and then a 1 in 5 chance, or, you know, however many eggs you have. Hello? I need to listen real quick. We did not get a... So we need to be very careful about going this way. In fact, I don't really want to head down that way, but we might have to, because there's still a lot of bugs coming down from the room. Actually, that's just freaking Bosco, and also that's a bunch of younglings, so I don't really know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I think this is a fine position. It's been like so many times in this mission where I'm holding out in a freaking hallway, and I don't want to... That's a freaking bug, dude. I might have walked into that if I didn't stop and look around for bugs, dude. Okay, let's do it. Right. Is this the one that... No, this is not the one that grabbed me, so there's still one at large. I have no idea where it went, and I hope to never know where it went. Actually, I hope to know where it went, because I do want to kill it. So, this was just a normal timed swarm. I don't know how I feel about Pitjaws being able to... I think... The thing that I was about to say is, I don't know how I feel about Pitjaws being able to spawn during swarms. I think that would be cool, because they would be the only stationary enemy to be able to spawn during swarms. Also, this is a place that we've already been. That's not good. And by not good, I mean... Doesn't really matter. And that also didn't hit any bugs. So it looks like this is just a segment of the cave that leads to nowhere, and I have to go all the way back up in order to loop around to where the last Resinite mass is, and also the last swarm. That is Resinite is such a fun mission type. I really love the map generation in this. Maybe it's just because I haven't figured it out yet. Because a lot of the other mission types I have figured out, like elimination. It's always going to be 3 caves. And the starting room is always going to lead to those 3 caves, and those 3 caves are going to lead to one of each. With the middle one leads to both. And then there's, like, salvage operation. It's the spawn cave, a hallway, and then the main cave with the drop pod. And if the drop pod spawns in a weird location or whatever, there usually, most of the time, is also going to be a hallway that leads to the drop pod room. And that's just how it is. Then there's mining, which is just a linear set of rooms and all that. Then there is egg hunt. Depending on the egg hunt, it could have fun terrain generation or it could have not fun terrain generation. The fun generation comes from... What the hell is going on there? The fun generation comes from 8 egg hunt, which spawns like a massive room that you just open into, like a refinery room or whatever. Refinery is a little bit weirder. It's a big cave that can have a offshoot that usually has one of the pump jacks in it, and then if you go to the higher hazards or higher complexities, that's when you start getting a little bit more weirdness in the terrain generation. And then point extract, we all know what point extract is. I don't have to talk about it. It's all templates. Which technically these caves are all template. What I'm talking about is like map generation template. But what I'm talking about whenever I talk about point extract is that it is a curated template. There is very little deviations from it, if at all. And then, like, there's some others that I Deep Scan is another very fun mission type where the terrain generation doesn't really conform to anything. And this is what I think of whenever I'm walking into heavy extraction as well, is that it's just a mission type where it doesn't conform to pretty much any set generation besides, like, it has to be circular. Or at least kind of circular, as this one is going for. I don't know if this leads into anything. It might not. If it doesn't lead into anything, then it doesn't have to be circular at all, and it's great. That's not a very good thing to happen whenever I am literally okay. I am glad that I... You know what? Just have one of these. God, I am glad that I threw one of those. I killed a cave... God, lead bursters are so wild for dealing with stationaries as well, because stationaries just take 1 billion damage to pierce damage for some reason. Because they just do. And also there's the Pitjaw that was right there that I have no idea where it went. What a fun creature to have existing in this room somewhere. Probably in the hallway. Also, this is just a room that oh, no, it might... Why? Can I ask why? Can we just double up on the swarm, please? That would be wonderful. Well, let's double up on the swarm. Let's go real quick and build this thing. I really hope the lift pod is right next to it, just so I can get this shit done. It's not next to it, but it kind of is. Okay, you know what? This place sucks. This place sucks the big one. Alright, toss all this shit down here. Here's another one. He got stuck. He hit me 3 times. What a wonderful creature these things are. Okay. There's a 5th one. Jesus Christ, dude. Okay, stop what you're doing. Get some help, because you're sick nasty with it, dude. You need to go to the doctor's office with how sick you are. Holy. Juggling me. Hey, I realized that the shield left. This is not where I want to be standing. I want this thing. I didn't realize the shield dropped, or else I would have started moving real quick. I was complaining about the freaking... the roly boy, dude. Alright, enjoy one of those, enjoy one of these, take one of those as well, and then take another one of these. Okay. And then let's start building this as well. We're not doubling up on the swarm at this point. Yeah, I was about to say the scanners are going to be Listen, man, every once in a while, the Trijaws just bless me with a pattern I can dodge correctly, because it's entirely random chance that you get to dodge a Pitjaw, or not a Pitjaw, a Trijaw, that's what it's called. A Trijaw whenever it's that close to you. Of course, that wasn't that close. You could still dodge it pretty efficiently no matter what, but it does come with some RNG in it. Okay. Are you okay? Why? Steve has just died in terrible ways so far in this mission. Holy. Right in front of my eyes, too. Anyway, that is the mission done for now. This should be a swarm. It isn't a swarm. Did we only get one swarm from that, or did we get two? Am I just, like, literally losing my mind? I might be losing my mind. Anyway, before we actually leave on this mission, I do want to check where the heck this goes, since this leads into... It's just a room that I didn't go through, or a hallway that I didn't realize was a hallway. That is... So they did lead to each other. It is donut-shaped. It's always donut-shaped. Why am I even confusing myself? Anyway, that's the mission. I hope you guys enjoyed this mission. It was... I didn't keep track of how many cave leeches and how many pitjaws in the mission were there, but I really think... Oh, it's this section. Okay, I understand where I am and where I went wrong. Honestly, I wish cave leeches and pitjaws in their modifier were just more abundant, because I think I had maybe 7 leeches, maybe 10. I honestly wasn't keeping track. The video would keep track, and editing me can keep track of that, so you know what? At the very end of this, during the extract phase, when we're in the mission end screen, I will flip up how many pitjaws and how many leeches there were in that section. Anyway, you all have a wonderful night. I hope you guys have a good one. I don't know what I'm speaking about. I think I smell burnt toast. In any case, I hope to see you all again next time. Please don't clothesline me. Okay, you know what? Fine.